Good evening. Back from holidays. Had a week in Cyprus last week. Very enjoyable. Nice time. The weather was good. Days were pretty short, but we had a good time. So I'm going to do another video today. I done one last week about my latest radiation results. But as you can see from the title, I'm not happy. Now, it's very, very rare for me to have a rant. I don't get wound up by hardly anything apart from when my local football team, Norwich, get beat by Ipswich, but that's very, very rare. So I want to rant. Now, for those who haven't watched me before, my name's Neil Davidson. I'm 54 years old. I'm from near Norwich in the county of Norfolk here in the UK. End part of 22, I got diagnosed with prostate cancer. Excuse me, still got a cough. And April last year, we had the prostatectomy and had it removed. Throughout last year, I had a positive margin from the pathology report, and throughout last year, the PSA kept creeping up to 0.2, which we got radiation this year, the month of April and May, 20 sessions of EBRT, external beam radiation therapy, and every day for a month. So I had a test probably 2 months after, and as you know, I can't shake this cough. As you probably know, those who follow me know that I've always been having a private test as well as the NHS test. NHS test here in the UK, or in Norfolk should I say, my NHS trust will go to only 1 decimal place. After the operation, I was less than 0.1, sorry, less than 0.1. But then I lost the less than sign, and I say it crept up. But I wanted to have a test that went to 2 decimal places. And in my previous videos, you'll understand why, because I went from, say, 0.13 to 0.16 to 0.19, and it proved that my graph was going up compared to the NHS graph, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. Now, I had another 5-month review a couple of days ago, and it didn't go as well as I hoped. I went to see a different oncology doctor at the Norfolk and Norwich Hospital, and he took me in his room and he basically said, "How long have I been having hormone therapy?" And I said, "I hadn't. I'm not even on hormone therapy." He said, "Well, you should be." I said, "Well, I haven't been." In other words, he hadn't read my notes on the screen, and that set me off on the wrong stance straight away. So then he said, "Oh, I've seen your result and you're less than 0.1. I said, "It's good, but I said, "I will tell you, I have been doing a private test with 2 decimal places." And I said I was 0.07. And now my latest one is 0.04. He said, "I shouldn't worry about that. Don't bother yourself about the 2nd decimal place. It doesn't mean nothing." And I said, I beg to differ. I said, for me, it makes a big difference. The assay or the test you use here at Norfolk isn't as sensitive as a lot of other places to 2 decimal places. And I explained to him, look at my graph, 0.13, 0.16, 0.19 compared to your graph. He said, "Don't get yourself all wound up by it." And I said, I beg to differ. I said, I really do, because this is where I got a little bit naughty, angry. I said to him, I said, "I don't know you, but I said the problem is you haven't been diagnosed with the big C. I said, when you have, you need to try and cling on to as many positives as you can. And for me, looking at my results, from 0.20, 0.20 to 0.07, and now my latest is 0.04. I said, it's going down. So I said, when you get diagnosed, you need to cling on to as many positives as you can. The mental health side is probably the biggest thing about it. If you can keep yourself positive, then you've got a good chance of fighting this. And I said to him, I disagree with what you've just told me. I said, at the end of the day, I pay for the private test. It only cost me £25. I said, I pay for that and I will keep on doing it. So if I see a downward curve, then I keep positive over that. I can see it's working. I said, for your NHS test, you're telling me I'm less than 0.1. I said, but there's it can be broken up from 0.01 up to 0.10. So I said, no, I beg to differ. I said, I'm going to carry on doing it. I said, if it makes me feel good. I said, this is the first time in 3 years I'm going to actually have a Christmas where I can actually enjoy myself. First year I got diagnosed. Second year I had the news of a reoccurrence. So this year I'm going to actually, I'm not a big Christmas person, but I'm going to, not so much stress. He said, I'll see you in 6 months' time. I said, okay, it's fine, but I will do my 3 monthly PSA test to do to 2 decimal places, and I'm hoping that it'll go down to 0.02 or 0.01 in January. So that got me really, really, really sort of wound up, to be honest, to think that you're a professional person. You should be encouraging me to look after my own health, and especially if you haven't got to pay for it, why are you worrying? I said, it's the mental health, when, a lot of people who watch my videos will have been and are going through the same as me, and will probably know exactly what I'm saying. The mental health side, to be honest, not once have they offered any help. It's probably there if I needed it, but they're not been forthcoming. So anything I can cling on to, then I'm going to take it. So that got me a little bit narked, to be honest. I wasn't very happy with his response, and it is what it is. I don't normally see this doctor, but hey, I'm not going to worry too much. But I thought it was very unprofessional of him to say, don't bother yourself about the second number, because because it does matter. So it leads me on to a big thing in the UK. Got a massive athlete, Chris Hoy. Chris Hoy is he's won so many medals at the Olympic Games and Commonwealth Games. He's a 48-year-old guy from Scotland. Cyclist. It's a big name. He's a very big name. Sir Chris Hoy is a very big name in the sport. And he got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, unfortunately, age 48. Had a prime time BBC slot a couple of days ago, and 8 o'clock in the evening on BBC TV. And he's come out and said that he wants to try and get people tested before 50. He's 48 years old, no symptoms. He had a shoulder ache. So all the best to Chris. But what he's going to try and do is trying to raise the awareness of prostate cancer, and he's trying to get the government to lower the age so people get tested at a lot earlier age. At the minute they say 50, but it's not. It really isn't. You have to beg and beg and beg and blag your way to a test. I'm 54, and I got privately tested a couple of years ago, but I never had a request to come when I was 50 or 51. I can understand why, but I don't know. I just think that everybody should be offered a test. The PSA we know isn't the most reliable thing in the world, but it's the best thing out there at the minute. I wish this cough would just go away. So Chris is going to do what he can to raise the awareness, and this is going to lead on to my last point. Now I use a company called the Graham Fulford Charity Trust. They're a prostate group on the web, who I found and helped me to do this private test. It cost me £27, and with the help of my GP, we get privately tested. So what I want to do is, for any person in the UK who is thinking about going and getting a test, if you log on to the Graham Fulford Trust website, you log in, make yourself your own little portal, and on there you can see a map of the UK of all the different areas that they go and take their roadshow and they test. Again, as I said before, Lions clubs, rugby clubs, Masonic clubs, you know, your Masons, and they'll go there, and for £25 or something like that, you can get a PSA test, which is absolutely, it's peanuts, believe me. So as I said in my videos before, Spire, Bupa want £140 for one test. Graham Fulford will do a test and they'll send it to a proper lab and you'll get your result within 2 or 3 days. And without them, I wouldn't be able to give the results to my oncology and urology people. So what I'm going to do is, anybody say in the next fortnight is thinking about getting tested, I'm just going to tell you the different areas where they're going to, and hopefully if anybody just wants a test, you just turn up, take the blood, give your details, job done. But you will have to register on the website. So the first one is Saturday the 9th of November. It's at the Indian Community Centre, Ashton-under-Lyme in Manchester. At the time of me looking, there was 12 spaces. Also on Saturday the 9th is Odiham Cottage Hospital in Hook, Hampshire. They have 11 spaces. Saturday also, Hobridge Golf Centre in Woking in Surrey. They have 31 spaces and the cost is £25. Thursday the 14th of November, Creolock Arms in Bideford in Devon. They only have 5 spaces left at the time of looking, which was yesterday, and they're £26. Thursday the 14th of November, North Devon Council in Barnstable in Devon. 37 spaces and they're £26. Also on Thursday, Bridge North Lions Club in Shropshire. They have a big 48 spaces and they're £20. And on Sunday the 17th of November, Shropshire Golf Club, also obviously in Shropshire, 26 spaces and £15. So any person, the problem with me over here in Norfolk, they don't come over here too much. They do come to some places in Suffolk, Bury St Edmunds and Lowestoft, and but because I get mine sent to me via home delivery, which I then take to the doctors, that's how I do mine. If anyone want any information on a home test, it's not a home test which you order, it's a venous test, I think. But anybody who wants some information, give me an email, lowercase Neil Davidson 5959 at btinternet.com. And I have had people who have emailed me recently to ask me how to get this private test. And I know my mate Graham Spall from Attleborough, a few miles away, I know he has gone to Lowestoft or Bury in the last few weeks and had this private test. And I know that it's what he wants to see as well. I believe his latest test is 0.03. So, you know, please, any person who's watching, I know the majority of the people who watch my videos are of male, but any women here who are worried about the husband, just get him to do it, because as I say, the earlier you catch this, the much better chance you've got of survival. I'm lucky, very, very lucky to be here in a good position this Christmas. There's a lot of people, so I've just been speaking to a guy from a local town, he's on stage 4, and he just said, I just wish I got tested earlier. And he's only 56 years old, stage 4, they give him 18 months to live. That was at last August, so you know, push your partners. Come on guys, look, you know, just go and get tested. It is so easy. Any information, Graham Fulford Charitable Trust, the website is there, or mypsatesting.co.uk. Just ring them up. It's so easy. It's one little blood test. It's going to cost you £25 tops, and within 2 days you know what your result is. From that result you can then know whether you want what you want to do in the future. If you're 0 to 4 is the average. If you're 0.6, 1.2, you know you haven't got a problem. But if you're 3.7, 3.8 and you're 45 years old and you do a test next year and you're 4.4, 4.5, it's going up. Not saying you might have an enlarged prostate, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of other things than just prostate cancer, but it's something to keep an eye on at an early stage. and investigation will start, and hopefully you get the treatment to get hold of it very quickly. So rant is over. It's off my chest rather than this cold. Yeah, just a little bit annoyed, to be honest, that he didn't offer me the support I wanted. And I say, it wasn't him who was paying for it, it was me. And when it comes to mental health, it's put me in a better position where I am now. I couldn't be in a better position than I have been for a couple, 2 or 3 years. Results are going down, radiation is working slowly, and we know it doesn't work straight away. We know it takes time. So for me, it's good, and I'm going to carry on doing it. I don't care what they say. It's not against the law. I'm paying £25 like everybody else, and I'm presenting them graphs, and I say I can see my results going down. It's not leveling out to what the NHS want. And so this is no rant against the NHS. This is just a little thing. I'm sort of bugging in my head, but now it's out, all good. I say I hope you enjoy this video. If you like it, just press the like button. It sends it out to more people. And share and subscribe if you want to. Hit the bell for notifications. And thanks very much for watching. And we'll come back sort of Christmas time for another latest update. And we go from there. So thanks very much for watching.